mean, somehow justified. The man says that if people are selfish, he too wants to be selfish. He does not want to waste his time. But there are people who are countering that fact and say that you need to go out there and vote if you really want to see change. But this one man seems like he's given up. Now, what can we say? Yeah.
Right from childhood.
Right from childhood. How can you have an opinion right from childhood, sir?
I've been eligible to vote from the past 30 years. And I never ever entered a polling booth in my life. And I'm not going to.
Sure, laziness or just.
No, I was quite focused. I was quite aware. I'm an engineer. So we know.
Okay, it was just out of disgust.
Yeah, no, not really.
Then what is the reason here?
Who rules doesn't matter to me because they're all the same.
Okay, this is the I don't care attitude then. All right, let's have you voted?
Yeah, I have to vote.
Okay. Tell us about, are you voting for the first time?
No, this is third time I am voting.
Okay. What is the really, one glaring issue that really forces you to come out there and cast your vote? Is there something that really bothers you that you want to change?
Yeah, I want to change my country.
What, you want to change your country? What do you want to change your country to?
The system of the country.
Okay.
I have to change my voting system and all.
Okay.
When you are having right, if you are believing in democracy, you have to vote. Otherwise, you are not an Indian. That is the main thing.
Okay, so how do you believe in democracy? What is democracy according to you?
Democracy means for the people, by the people. The people are the rulers in the democracy, directly or indirectly. Anyway, if you are voting to a person, they will going to rule us, right?
So
that is the only chance we are having to select our nation leaders. If you are not doing that one, what we will do? That is the main thing, right?
absolutely. So you have one chance once in 5 years, once in 4 years when the assembly elections and the Lok Sabha elections come in, that you can cast your vote and maybe choose your leader who you want to be your, someone who is heading you. Let's ask a couple of them here. All right, we have a few people here, sir. How many times have you cast your vote in the Lok Sabha?
Maybe first time.
First time. So you're a first-time voter. What happened to the last few times?
No, nothing.
You didn't want to vote?
No.
Why?
No.
Laziness?
Laziness, then work.
Okay, so if you were so lazy the last few times, what urged you to come this time and cast your vote?
Nothing.
There should have been something that made you come and cast your vote this time, right?
Yeah, this time is a. क्या बोलेंगे? I don't know.
All right. So basically, let me speak for him. I think there was a lot more awareness this time and people creating a lot of awareness campaigns that influenced this man to come and vote. Sir, would you like to say something?
Oh yeah, I was the first time this time, and I want some political change. We have corruption at the national level. We have at the local level today. 300 million people are below poverty line. I want that this government, any government which comes this time, has to create more and more jobs for the people of India. We can solve the issues only when people create the jobs, because poverty levels at all the levels today. And if they give a platform, the politicians create a platform for the entrepreneurs in India or in Bangalore. They create the job, the entrepreneurs, and once they create the job, they get the salary at the end of the month. When they get the salary at the end of the month, the demand picks up. The demand of the houses, the demands of the living, the food, the everything. So economy definitely changes in that. So I want that the time has come when we have millions of people who are below the young age, especially Bangalore, wherein we have seen in the last 10 years, like Bangalore is more an IT city today, a BPO city, a call center city, and things have changed very well in Bangalore. So we need a bigger change. The world is becoming small, so we need people to travel across the world, see what the differences is happening. We are still a developing country. We have to compete at least with China or the other growing countries. So we need a political change, and I think this time I voted. I think my vote will definitely create a lot of value in the next 5 years to so.
Definitely, absolutely. Every single vote does hold a lot of value and will influence on what government will be formed. At the end of it, the way he said it, the world has become smaller. I think the reason to why the world has become smaller is because there are, planes and flights. That's how it's become smaller. So India becoming more global and, in fact, price rise, crime against women, and lots of issues all interconnected, interlinked. So your one vote could probably bring a change on the whole. So let's ask a couple here, a very adorable couple who've created a song, a nice, beautiful song sung by this lady here that urges people to come out and vote. I'm sure all of you will want to listen in. I'm very eager to. All of them here too. Maybe if she starts singing, a few claps, a few snaps here and there, yeah? Some cheering for her. Ma'am, why don't you start? Hold the mic. And
Sure.
we're waiting to
Sure.
hold it here. Yeah. Let your hand. Yeah.
चलो चले चलो चले चलो चले चलो चले अधिकार संग वोट देने देश पुकारे चलो चले अधिकार संग वोट देने देश पुकारे ये मौका चुक जाने न हम देंगे कभी चलो अभी चलो चले अधिकार संग वोट देने देश पुकारे अपने वोट से ही अब बनेगी अपनी सरकार अपने वोट से ही अब बनेगी अपनी सरकार देश का भविष्य अपना भविष्य देश का भविष्य अपना भविष्य निर्णय के लिए होगा चुनाव ये मौका चुक जाने न हम देंगे कभी चलो अभी चलो चले अधिकार संग वोट देने देश पुकारे चलो चले Thank you.
A big round of applause there. Chalo Chale, cast your vote. So you've written the lyrics of the song. Tell us, what does it really mean and what influenced you to pen down those words?
The lyrics in Hindi is so simple that I don't have to explain it to anybody, because that was the first condition of I put on myself, that the lyrics, it says chalo chale vote dene desh pukare ye mauka chuk jaane na hum denge kabhi देश का भविष्य अपना भविष्य निर्णय के लिए होगा चुनाव ये मौका चुक जाने ना हम देंगे कभी चलो अभी. So a very simple lyrics. The only thing that when we thought of creating the song was, I told Nivedita that look, first of all it has to be a very peppy song so that everybody can hum and sing. There has to be bounce in the song, and at the same time it has to be in Rag Desh, which is a Hindustani classical rag. And that was the challenge she made beautifully. She created it on the structure of Desh, and again it's a very hard peppy number. So
Nice. It is indeed a peppy number. I'm sure all of y'all enjoyed it. Did y'all? Yeah? All right. Are y'all forced to nod your head? All right. So, okay, do you agree that people have become really cynical about going and casting their vote? I mean, they're not interested, or was that why you came up with a number like that?
yeah, I thought there were, people are cynical that what would happen if we don't vote, or if we vote, what difference does it make? But I find the run-up to this election has been extremely exciting. A couple of NGOs and those working with Election Commission have adopted the song. And even the other day, we were asked by the government department, who were doing a lot of voter awareness campaign for Election Commission. They invited us to perform. So we had a song and dance. We are having a lot of song and dance happening both over the net and physically. Yeah, and Election Commission through agencies have been using our songs. And we are very
somehow the entertainment factor is sort of driving all of them to come in and cast your vote. Is that true? Well, Chris, okay, I know you're disappointed. Chris, come on, you can't be so sad here. Okay, tell us, what do you think is the lapse really? Okay, now this has gone wrong with you. A lot of them are happy. They said the process was easy. They went and cast their vote without any hiccups. Now, what do you think went wrong, and what do you think is really lacking time after time?
I think it's the Election Commission that needs to revamp the entire system. Like my dad was saying, for example, abroad, they have a very simple system. Social security number. You go, you give your number, you cast your vote and you come out. You don't have the number, you can't vote. Why have they given us Aadhaar cards? Everybody was forced to make their Aadhaar cards. Use that number and just go and give your Aadhaar card.
Is the Aadhaar card really functional? As in, does it work?
Well, I'm told that it is. Everybody's got it, right? We've all been forced to get it. Or even not an Aadhaar card. Even if they give you a voting card, what is the use of it? How do they come up with their lists of their own? Why have they deleted people's names? That's what really bugging me, you know. The fact that the problem is with the Election Commission. It's not the parties, it's not the people who are ready to vote. It's the people who are trying to, the entire structure is wrong. And that's what I think needs to be changed completely. If you have a simple system where you have cards, you have lists, you have all sorts of other things, why do you need so many things? You know, just have one thing and let everybody follow the same system. If that's the case, maybe 1 year it'll have a problem, but after the next 5 years, you won't have any trouble. And it's been, we've been voting for how many years now, our country? And since then, since independence till now, they haven't been able to find a system that works. Come on, you can't tell us that after so long, you can't find a simple system where everybody else in the world has a simple system. That's what's really irritating me, you know. Is it really because of corruption, or is it just a lack of awareness, or what? Or they...
Sadly,
what? I don't know.
incompetence, possibly. And sadly, a lot of them have a lot of many brilliant solutions that the election commission can really take note of. But they're just awaiting that, where we don't know when that would happen. Even time after time, they're facing situations like this, and they're sort of giving up, you know. And that shouldn't really demotivate the rest of them to come in and vote. We've heard a lot of complaints by all these first-time voters, the people who voted a couple of times and are suffering because their names are not on the electoral roll. Now, how often do we blame ourselves? How often do we point fingers at ourselves? Let's ask them. Okay, Chris, we stopped with you. We'll start with you. Do you ever blame yourself for the system or all of that not functioning the right way?
Well, let me put it this way. I was there from 10 o'clock in the morning, and it took me 2.5 hours to actually get my vote. I actually positively went and I found my name on the list and I gave my vote. Now, if I wasn't bothered, I could have just said, okay, it's not on the list, and I walk home. It's simple and easy for me. It's not going to make a difference. But I wanted to make a difference, right? And there's so many out there who also want to make a difference. It was not only me. There were hundreds of people over there waiting to cast their vote, and they couldn't find their names. But I proactively went and found my name on the list, and I voted because I think it will make a change to this country. And I really want this corruption to stop. So, yes, I would say that I am doing my part. If I wasn't doing my part, I would have given up and gone home. I could be sitting at home. Instead, I'm sitting here and talking to the country, telling them that these are the problems so that something happens, right? So
absolutely. So you say you've done your part. Let's ask this lady here, ma'am. Is this your first time that you voted?
It was my first time, but I never found my list. I have my election card, but I never found my name on the list.
So you didn't vote?
For 25 years in the same place, and I didn't get a chance to vote.
You didn't vote after living in your area for 25 years?
Yes.
Okay, what went wrong?
My name was not there in the list. Yes. My husbands and my daughters were there. We're in the same address. We live in the same place. But having an election card, I was not allowed to vote.
This is absolutely disappointing, ridiculous, and quite disgusting, because there's so much awareness created about coming out and voting, but this is what happens when they actually go to the polling booths, and look what they find. And these are people who are really motivated, active, and coming out to, you know, contribute to the change, but unfortunately they're not allowed to. Very disappointing, ma'am. Let's just hope the election commission is listening in. You pretty lady, have you voted?
Yes, this was first time I have voted.
Okay.
And with all my disability, I went all the way to the voting booth and casted my vote. My message to the world is vote for better tomorrow.
Vote for?
Better tomorrow.
You vote for a better tomorrow. Wow. Are we touched or what? Disability, no disability to this beautiful girl. How did you go? Like, did you also invite your friends to come out and vote with you?
No, it's just me and my mom went early in the morning.
Okay.
And it so happened that the policeman who had seen me walking with great difficulty, he came and helped me.
Is it?
Yeah.
And she's so happy about it. Oh God, you know what? You're bringing tears in my eyes, really. You are. Okay. Tell our audience what is that one problem that you would want to change in Bengaluru? Do you know of anything that is problematic?
Problematic? No problem, but all I want is I want all the youngsters to come out and vote.
My God, I think we need to give her a big round of applause there for sure. She is urging all the youngsters to come out there and vote. And even if you're not listening to anybody else, you got to listen to that girl. She's braved it, gone out there with. And she says disability is no disability. She's gone out there and made sure she's cast her vote. And there were people to help her. There are people welcoming. It's not always tough all the time. So she cast her vote quite simply. All right.